Welcome to the News Hour. The aftershocks of the deadly earthquake that hit Morocco on Friday night continue today as the death toll approached 3,000. That number is expected to rise further, along with the number of injured.
The rescue and recovery operations continue tonight, but at a slow pace. And that's a source of frustration and anger for many Moroccans who say their government is not doing enough. Special correspondent Alex Cadier reports from Marrakesh.
For a second night since the quake, crowds of displaced people crammed into the streets of Tinsmith Square in Marrakesh. Left homeless by the 6.8 magnitude tremor, the worst since 1960, and with only blankets to keep them warm. Survivors waited out aftershocks for aid to arrive.
We need to help because every family here don't have the house. Every house here is broken.
By morning, the scope of damage now in plain view. Narrow alleyways in the Medina, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, reduced to rubble. Old ornate rooftops now crumbled. The earthquake's epicenter was just south of Marrakesh in the remote province of Al Haouz. Towns nestled deep in the Atlas Mountains, with homes built mostly from mud bricks, completely collapsed. Hamid Bedhanna recalled the terrible moment the quake struck, destroying his home and killing his son, just 8 years old.
We were having dinner. I asked my son to bring a knife from the kitchen to cut dessert. He didn't bring it because as soon as he left the kitchen, the earthquake struck. He ran here where you can see rubble. He was buried in 2 meters of rubble.
For these villagers, rescue efforts are agonizingly slow. Access roads blocked by landslides make the task of reaching these already remote areas even more daunting. With no heavy equipment, some took matters into their own hands. Mohamed Uchin described how he rescued his sister immediately after the quake.
We did not have tools, so we used our hands. Her head was visible, so we kept digging by hand.
Many locals have been moved to small tent encampments nearby.
Now we need tents for people to stay in. We need shelters for women and children because people are sleeping outdoors.
Entire families sleeping rough, fearing aftershocks, and worried about their uncertain future.
Over the past few days, rescuers have raced into the hardest hit areas to help, at times pulling bodies from underneath mounds of broken bricks, and meticulously listening for signs of life buried in the rubble. But with many still in need of aid, some have criticized Morocco's response to this historic disaster. Today, Prime Minister Aziz Akanouche vowed to compensate those affected by the earthquake. But the government has refused to accept foreign aid from all but 4 countries: Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom and Spain. Moroccan officials hoped the strategy would avoid a, quote, counterproductive lack of coordination. Crews have finally made it to some remote villages after painstaking delays.
It is very remote, and it took us about 8 hours to get here. There were no rescue groups, and we arrived with the police. The destruction is absolute. All the buildings have collapsed.
As aid trickles in, the official death toll is expected to rise, and the extent of destruction clearer. For now, survivors have no choice but to wait as they grapple with what they've lost.
Everything is gone. We lost everything. We lost the entire house. There are no officials visiting us. There's no help or aid. This is the will of God.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Alex Cadier in Marrakesh, Morocco.